Hi, good morning, everyone. This is going to be your morning message reading. It is for the next 24 to 48 hours, things that you might see and hear. And it is good for 24 to 48 hours. My readings are timeless, so whenever you come across this, it might play out for you. And it's a collective reading. It's not, basically, it's not a zodiac sign reading. So, okay, I will go ahead and get started in the morning message. Okay, what do you have, please, Spirit? What is the morning message? Thank you. What's the morning message, please, Spirit? Do something for someone you love. Can I get one more? Thank you. And be authentic. And there's forgiveness at the bottom. Okay, so this really feels like do something that you love, but be authentic about it. And then there's something that is around forgiveness as well. That could be something that's going on and happening is needing to forgive something, someone, especially where it's, doing something for someone. Okay, this could be that you're just kind of sitting by yourself. But it's kind of like with the being authentic and doing something for somebody, it's like do something from the heart space and be authentic about it. And there's that emotion. It's the element of water. Okay, and healing. Like there's some healing that needs to happen for something to move forward. Yeah, there's healing and forgiveness because it's holding on to something. It's a past disappointment. You've got the bouquet, which talks about being open. It's reconciliation, but there's like miscommunication. It could be something where there was some miscommunication that happened, and there's like a need for forgiveness because somebody might be disappointed in that. Yeah, I created a tower. Yep, something unexpected ended, but it's coming back around. A message. You get another shot at it, whatever this is. There's another chance. And then you've got the clock here. Something might happen like right after 2 o'clock. Something like that. What is this? What's going on? Here, please, Spirit. Tell me about this forgiveness. Yep, walking away. This Queen of Pentacles. It's like in order for the Queen of Pentacles, hi, love, to be able to walk away, it's like it's an emotional walk away. 8 of Cups talks about something emotional and needing to walk away from something emotional here. Oh, I'm going to be coming back live to do those. During the morning messages, I just do the morning message for the collective, for everyone. So the 8 of Cups talks about having to walk away from something that is an emotional thing to walk away from. And this could be something that's going on that somebody needs to forgive, and it's an emotional thing here. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. They were put out in the cold. Okay. By a King of Pentacles and Wheel of Fortune. This is like a pair of people. And then the Chariot. Somebody moved on from this because we now have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. This feels like kind of sort of something ended. It was like a relationship ended or something. here, because I just seen the Ten of Swords. Tell me about this king, the king over here. Is moving on. It feels like he's trying to move forward. What's going on here? There was a choice to make with this Lovers here. And the magnifying glass, that's trying to find out like the fine proof. The fine proof. That's supposed to be, they're trying to find proof on something and know why something just unexpectedly ended. This could be anything. It doesn't have to be another person. But somebody was spying or trying to get information as to something, and something was developing over some time here. And secrets were revealed. Somebody was able to figure something out. This could have been even with like money loss or anything like that. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. What is that about? Because the Five of Pentacles talks about a loss. It talks about a lack. And it can be money within money. Tell me about this with the Five of Pentacles. Wow, I heard integrity, but yeah, see, it's money loss. The fishes talk about money. So there was like money loss in this as well. The Hierophant. And then the block. The Fool. And now somebody's all emotional about it. Okay. So there was some form of connection here. I'm breaking it down now. There was some form of connection here. So over this time frame, there's a connection where somebody wants to move forward and they keep getting stuck. They can't move forward. But there's love here. There's strong love here. And somebody feels like they have the will to win whatever this is, win them over. And that's probably why forgiveness is here and being authentic. So right at the perfect timing, something's going to happen here between these two people. Isolation, loneliness, and then bam, it comes back around. This feels like a situation where somebody's had enough of the back and forth, the on again, off again, the we're talking, now we're not talking type of thing. It feels like somebody's just really kind of had enough of this. It's been going on long enough, and there's a need for something to transform here. What's interesting is that we are in the full moon energy. The full moon is actually on the 1st. We're in it like 3 days. We can start to feel it 3 days before and 3 days after. We still feel the effects of the full moon. And that is going to be on Tuesday, where I sit. And it's Aquarius. It's Aquarius full moon. So people might be just having cold conversations to move something forward. With the snowflake here and the Chariot again, it's like something needs to be discussed or talked about so something can move forward here. Okay, so let me get some advice. It feels like if you have to, if this is pertaining to you or your situation, it feels like being authentic and trying to do something for somebody else in an authentic way to show forgiveness. Or it doesn't feel like doing something to be forgiven for. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like somebody just wants to do something for someone. Okay. What advice do you have, please, Spirit, in this situation? Normally I don't do advice, but I wanted to see. Okay, so there's balance. When that comes out for advice, that's the need to balance something so something can move forward. With this Ace of Wands, yeah, see, something needs to heal. It's the Four of Swords. That's talking about healing. With the Hierophant, this relationship needs to heal. Like there's a need to work together. And this is only for those who want this to work. It feels like having conversation, because the Six of Swords talks about going to getting out of choppy waters, going to calmer waters, which means balancing it out so you can. And then it feels like there's something that's going on where even if this is a conversation, it's like everything needs to be balanced out before these two can come back together and heal whatever this connection is. Okay, so what happens after that? What is the outcome, please, Spirit? What is the outcome? The world, a new chapter starts, death. The world talks about cycles and chapters and ending one so a new one can begin. And then you have the death card with the devil. Everybody has a choice here on whether or not to reciprocate and do this or not. And it feels like that's what this feels like a conversation that two people are having, where there's trying to be forgiving. Somebody's might be holding on to something, but there's a need to forgive that. And somebody's trying to do something for somebody. I heard within reasonable limits. Okay. So basically the outcome is that it just, if this is if somebody allowed, right, and then there's the star, which is the healing, the hope for the future, the wish. If someone allows this to take place and to happen, it moves it forward. And it closes out the one chapter and starts another one. It kind of ends this, but it feels like it's because it needs to be authentic forgiveness. Because it's kind of what this feels like. It's like somebody's like, okay, I'll forgive you, but it's like they forgive, but they do it with limits. Meaning, if somebody does something and hurts somebody, they will forgive, but they don't truly fully forgive. They always go back or they always bring it up. It feels like something like that. That's what this feels like. And there's a need to kind of just, I don't know what the situation is or what I'm even talking about, but there's just a need for forgiveness and being authentic with that forgiveness, along with doing something for someone. You know, make sure that what you're doing for somebody, you're doing it authentically and not to gain something, is what that feels like. Okay. So moving on from that one, is there anything else that we need for the morning message, Spirit? The morning message, is there anything else? And then I'll come back on. Anything else that we need to know throughout the day, or the next couple days, Spirit? Love, I said that I'm going to do that when I come back on. I'll be back on probably like 10 minutes after this one. Okay. Ouch, my throat. Okay, so you're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, so is there anything else for the morning message, Spirit? Anything else we need to know? Satisfaction and integrity. So for the satisfaction, you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. And then the integrity is kind of the same, where you demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Every time I'm reading that satisfaction, I'm getting satisfaction guaranteed. I feel like a commercial. I do, though. That's weird. It's interesting, that mark on the card. Okay, so there's something here about being satisfied in your own integrity here. A reward. So having good integrity and authenticity and all that also, it goes together, and there's like a reward here for somebody's reputation. I meant reputation, but it's repetition. To going to the next level. And then the Empress. Rising above everything. This might be for some of you, this might be a work thing that happens throughout the day. And somebody really likes the way that you work. The way that your worth is. Sorry, my tongue is sticking. So they might propose something. A boss might propose to give you some sort of reward in that because you are a hard worker. Or it could also, for others, this could be something when it comes to someone else seeing you as an Empress energy here. You get the go ahead, the networking, and then something changes. You might be doing something on the internet and it gives you exposure and it changes everything. Because the Death card, that's what that is. The Death card is change. Okay. The Woman, feminine energy. And the Mortal and Pestle, that's getting what it is that you want. This is manifesting through a loving Empress energy. With the Crow here, it's like somebody could be trying to manifest super hard here on something that they really want. And you get a breakthrough, something happens. Emotions. Overflowing emotions. It's abundance though. Because you did something correctly. You and transformed it with the Stork. So another part of this time that there is something where somebody did something perfect. They manifested it. They looked through the veil and they figured it out on how to manifest. And they did a good job. The Hierophant, the Church and the House. It's where you belong. And underneath I see the Masculine with the Tower and the World. You might get some new hope. This feels okay because we don't manifest specific people because of due to free will. But this feels like manifesting. Somebody could have manifested their person or something like that. But there's a Tower that comes in with this World card. Talks about a completion. And with the Hierophant, the House, and the Church, all three of those coming out together, that's more or less like a religion thing, which I don't like reading that in these. What is this? It's the Church and the Queen of Swords, or not the Church. How do I say that? It's equal give and take with this Queen of Swords. Like the Queen of Swords energy, yeah, and then you get what you want, the emotional fulfillment. Being very direct, like putting out the energy, and you're getting that same energy of love back. It's the programming of the whole nature. So somebody's figured out on how to manifest, and they're manifesting through a loving place, is what I want to say is going on and happening here with this Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords, I mean, yeah, she'll cut you with your words, especially if there's confusion, if they're fighting off confusion and all of that. But they also will listen to you. They will listen before they do that. Okay, what is the Seven of Cups and the Five of Wands? It's healed. The Four of Swords. Whatever was going on recently in the past is being healed. Somebody forgave or did some sort of thing, they let it go. I heard something, I heard they put it in God's hands. They released it and let it go. And now there's something here where somebody can move forward, standing in their truth. That's what the Queen of Swords energy is. It's standing in one's truth. And it's cutting away everything that is not. And now you have the Six of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. This could be in a family situation. So what's going on with this masculine over here with the World? They're making a decision, or they need to make a decision, but they're putting that decision behind them. Those Two of Wands, they need to pick up a stick. The Rise and the Queen of Pentacles. This masculine is stressed out on what to do. The High Priestess. So they're just listening. They're trying to listen. The High Priestess is that. They're not talking about this, or they're not really... They're taking notes. Isn't that what that looks like? They're taking notes. They're watching and trying to take notes from the past. That looks like the past. So there's delays going on with this masculine here. Before they reach out, they're like going through some eternal stuff. Eternal. I meant internal. Okay. Okay. So it just feels like I don't know, there's just stuff, towers going on. And the Sun and the World. The Hermit. It's like someone learned in order to become self-sufficient, abundant, all of that, these towers had to fall. And even though they were difficult and they were hard at the time of them falling, they knew that there was a purpose. It was like the light at the end of the tunnel. So they allowed that to happen. With this World card, they went inward. That's what the Hermit talks about. It talks about going within. And they did some healing on their own, because you have two of these on things that were related to the past, like past disappointments, all of that from the past. It could have even been things with having to do with the father, because you have the Emperor here. So it could have been things to do with the father, or things to do with the father of their kids, or something like that. And if you're a man watching this, it could be the mother of your children, but they came out more of an Emperor energy. But like the disappointments and the regret and the remorse and all of that, like really looked at this and did some forgiving on that. It feels like even the slightest forgiving ended up, which and that will happen with things where it's when it comes to energy, even the slightest little move will switch up the energy. So it feels like that's what happened, or is happening for this Queen of Swords, where they already know this. And they want something that is reciprocated. That's what they're trying to manifest, is something that is reciprocated, and it's reciprocated within love and all of that. So they knew, or they figured out, figured out the glitch. They figured it out, and why things kept glitching. And it was because of the fact that they needed to forgive something. And it could have even been something where you don't even have to forgive another person. It could be forgiving of your own self for what you thought or how you wanted somebody to be, and they weren't. So you were disappointed. And it feels like that. It really does. And it switched up the energy. Okay. And going from the Nine of Swords place, which is the overthinking, the anxiety, the sleepless nights, and moving beyond that swiftly with the Eight of Wands. It's moving past all of that, because they've just been doing that work. And wow, I got that they're doing it. They were doing it to themselves. Like someone here in this situation, if this is resonating for you, it feels like realizing that, coming to the realization that nobody was doing something to you. It's kind of like keeping yourself stuck. And you want to get yourself unstuck, so you get unstuck. That's what this feels like here. Okay. And then something moves, something happens, and you are satisfied with it. And it's being, having that self-approval where you defined who you are. That's where that satisfaction comes in. And that's what gets things going, is because of your, wow, yep. That's what's been hidden this whole time in the judgment. And that was keeping somebody at a crossroads. Is keeping somebody kind of stuck on moving forward, is because of what it was as far as to move them forward. What was hidden is the confidence in themselves to embrace the change and to rise above the change and be the change themselves. That's what the judgment was. So they figured it out, is really what I want to say. Okay. All right. Anything final, please, Spirit? I think that was the final. Let me just see. Anything final for them? Okay, wait. The Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. This Queen of Pentacles. To the King of Swords. There's a Queen of Pentacles around trying to play on a King of Swords as heartstrings. The Emperor. This Emperor is too busy, though. Maybe that's why he's coming out as the King of Swords and the Lovers. Or she's got a choice. There's a Queen of Pentacles here who has a choice between a King of Swords and an Emperor. And somebody's playing. I was going to say that they were playing with the heartstrings. It's a heartfelt message. But somebody wants to just be by themselves. Somebody's been going in by themselves and all of that. And then you've got the Empress coming out. There's an Empress around this Emperor. And when something's going on, I have no idea what this is. I just know there's a Queen of Pentacles here holding the heart. Having to choose between an Emperor and a King of Swords. But the Emperor is already dealing with an Empress. Oh my gosh, we're in the third party stuff again. It feels like these two here, they're doing enlightenment. And this one, the one goes to the other one. Talking about things from the past. Reminiscing, stuff like that. Yeah. Yep. Yep. At home. Their structure, their foundations, all of that. And then you have the Star here. Healing. Oops. Healing, a wish, all of that. It feels like two separate situations, like always. What's going on here with this Emperor and Empress? But it's like this Emperor is busy. As you can tell, this Emperor is attached to lots of things. Lots of shadows. He's busy. But it feels like when I've got a break or I have a minute, he goes to this one, which is the Empress, so that would make sense. What's going on here? This one keeps him balanced. Something's not right, though. Someone in this situation knows that something's not right. Something doesn't feel right. Something feels off. The stalemate with the fireworks. The chemistry is off. And then you've got the Strength again. It feels like somebody always returns. This Emperor, which that makes sense. This Emperor would always go to the Empress. They're an equal match. But it's like something's off. Okay, so what's happening here with the Queen of Pentacles? There's no sound. Seriously, I've been doing this the whole time and there's no sound. Can you hear me now? Can anybody else hear me? God, I've been doing this for 30 minutes. That's weird. SD, can you hear me? Wow, I've just been talking and just putting out cards. Okay. And something is developing. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop pulling and see if there is sound yet. That is so weird. Nope, still no sound. Okay, I will restart this then. I'm not going to do another morning message. I'll just come back on and do questions. Okay.